Start your engines. This is Scott Liberto, PlanetScott.TV, and it's time for a little American Ninja Warrior action. I've got a special guest for the 2019 Ninja Warrior. His name is Reko Rivera. Almost got his name right the first time. He is an American Ninja Warrior. He has been doing it for many years. And also, I want you to know that this stream is brought to you by Arcade Odyssey. Arcade Odyssey is South Florida's best arcade. If you go there, you're transported back to 1986. They've got all the cool video games. They also have beer and wine now, and they've just doubled. So if you're in Miami, go to Arcade Odyssey. It's my choice for arcade action. So here we go for this episode of PlanetScott.TV. I want to welcome my guest, Reko. How you doing, Reko?
Hey, how's it going? I'm glad you told me about Arcade Odyssey because I got to go to Miami this week for some work, so I'm definitely going to check that place out.
Well, I actually met you in the strangest way. It was actually at Free Play Florida, which is the ultimate arcade event here in South Florida. So
yeah, that was my first time there, and it was amazing. So it was everything I wanted. It had all the old games, the new stuff. I came there to meet, the angry video game nerd. I'm a huge fan of him and video games in general, and I think a lot of ninjas are kind of similar to that. We're all kind of 90s kids. We love the old school and new school video games. So it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I met you, and I ended up, getting to play.
Yeah, that's where I met you. I was wearing this shirt, and I'm a huge fan. I mean, the energy behind what you were doing is so great that I had to bring you around. And hey, you were the lucky one. You got to play with the angry video game nerd himself. So
yeah, that was super epic and amazing, great experience. I'm super happy, and I love Nathan Barnett as well. So for me, I was having a great day. Meeting you was a plus as well. So
yeah, that was really a cool day. Now you love video games so much. We're gonna get into the Ninja Warrior in a second, but you love video games. I know that. In fact, you even named your daughter after a video game. Is that true?
Yeah, a couple video games. Her name is Zelda Ray Cortana, and Ray Cortana is her middle name. It's like a double name.
Mm-hmm.
So Zelda from Legend of Zelda, Ray from Star Wars, and then Cortana from Halo, of course. So.
Oh, she's adorable. Boy, you went all the way. So if you have another kid, are you going to name it after video games also?
Probably, yeah.
Now, speaking of video games, okay, you're basically a human video game character, okay? Ninja Warrior. How long have you been with Ninja Warrior now?
I've done 8 seasons, A&W 4 through A&W 11, which I just competed about 2 weeks ago in Tacoma, Washington.
Now, I heard Tacoma is a little bit different than any other place because it's not only done in daytime. Most people don't know it's done at nighttime most of the time because it's really hot. And so, but it's also inside, right?
Yeah, well, in the past few years and seasons, we've had a lot of, outdoor elements kind of mess with the show, like rain especially. It kind of just ruins it for everybody. It ruins it for the cast and the crew, all the competitors. It's some guy might get a dry course and someone might get a wet course, and it's kind of like, well, you just got to do it, which is good because if you're, an awesome ninja and you can do a wet course, like props to you for, get through that and being able to adapt. And that's actually part of being a ninja, but it would be nice if we were all kind of on a level playing field and we were more indoors. So it was a really awesome experience. Everyone was awake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We actually went out and got dinner afterwards, and it was fine. We went to bed.
Oh, you didn't have to have coffee and donuts in some sort of obscure place like I had to when I went to Miami to watch the 2018.
Yeah, exactly. So there was food even at the arena, and they were selling it to the people in the stands. So, and there was more kids there too, which made a really good atmosphere, which made everyone really happy and fun. So it was great. No complaints from me in Tacoma. and it looked amazing. So highly suggest everyone checks that out. And this season Ninja Warrior airs, I think, this Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah,
So,
it's the date for it is May 29th. It's going to be the first episode. It's going to be in Los Angeles, California, for the qualifier course, and then you can find the rest of the listings online for that. So, and I think tonight there's actually it's episode 0, All-Star Ninjas Skills Special. So that should be cool.
That's like the last thing they filmed last year. So the All-Star Skill Special, and that's really cool to watch too. So check it out.
Now, there's some new rules that that are being applied this year. So I'm going to go ahead and read what it says for the new rules. Now, here's the thing. Ninja Warrior is not static. It's changing constantly. They change the difficulty level, the distances between the obstacles. They do a lot of things that keep you mixing, because they don't want anybody to get super good at something. The object of a ninja is to be able to overcome unforeseen circumstances. And so as many salmon ladders that people are making, or as many things to hold on with the very end of your tips, it's got to be innovative, it's got to be new. So they've changed up a couple of the rules. So it says this is on the site itself, so we're not giving away any information here. American Ninja Warrior is back for season 11, 2019. Filming took place in Los Angeles. Okay, that's the wrong thing. Give me 1 second. Where's my rules? I think that is the rules. Yep. Yeah. A brand new obstacle, the Power Tower, will see the 2 fastest ninjas compete for bonuses. They have the chance to earn a speed pass and a safety pass, which for the first time ever will allow ninjas to get a do-over on a certain stage, as well as a way to go directly from the city qualifiers to the course, to the national finals, while skipping city finals. The Mega Wall is also returning for season 11 with a few tweaks as well. The Mega Wall is, let's see, it's so we're going to find out. The first episode is going to air May 29th, and it's going to continue throughout the rest of the summer. So you heard it here. It's going to be different. Now, you ran the course already, but you signed something saying you can't say what happened on the course.
Right. Yeah, that would be a big no-no.
Okay. But you did run the course, and were you happy?
Oh yeah, it was very exciting. Every year it changes, and you just got to adapt and overcome all these obstacles. And it's a fun challenge, mentally and physically, and kind of see where you're at, and kind of watch everybody else take on the same challenge. And, even like really amazing people, falling on little things that you're like, oh, I thought that was easy. But any obstacle can take anybody out at any time. 2 seasons ago, I was in Vegas, and it took me 5 years to get there. 5 seasons, so it was my 6th season. Made it to Vegas finally, and I was always the bubble boy. I was always like 17th place, 16th place.
Mm-hmm.
So I at 12th place, went to Vegas, and I got out on the first obstacle, which was a parkour obstacle, agility, and that's like my strength is parkour and agility. And I didn't even fall in the water. I fell off the course. And there was literally nothing I could do about it. I just took 1 inch a little too far one way, and my whole balance just shifted, and it just literally threw me off the course. And that was super frustrating. And
yeah,
I could have given up right there, and just be like, all right, well, I put 5, 6 seasons in, I'm good. But I didn't. I came back the next year. I made it to Vegas again, and then that was the furthest that I made it, to the very end of stage 1. And I technically timed out because I had to do a risky move at the end, and that I didn't plan on. But when the timer's going, you got to just go and make it happen. So ended up falling, but it was still at the very end of stage 1, which was really good. I felt really good throughout the entire stage, but ended up around about 30th-ish place overall.
Mm-hmm.
So 30th out of about 100 or 650 people total from all the regions. It's pretty decent. So I was pretty happy with that. Only 30 spots away from 100 grand.
So
look at that.
That's pretty good. I mean, let's talk about the reason why you do it. You just mentioned the money. Now, the money, of course, is a big factor, but let's face it. every ninja, almost, there's only 2 ninjas who's ever won it. The only way you can win any kind of money with it is to actually go up the wall. And what is it, 16-foot wall right now?
18 foot and
18
14
foot.
and a half.
And you get how much money if you go up that wall? And it's only done earlier on. So like I think the first round or something like that, they have that.
Qualifying round, there's 2 walls. You can go up to 14 and a half and hit the buzzer, you're good. Or you can do the 18-footer. If you get it your first try, this is the new rules for this one, is you have to pick either one. So last year you could go do one on the 18 and then go one on the other one. But anyways, so 10 grand on your first attempt, 5 grand on your second attempt, and 2,500 on the third attempt. So
okay,
it's exciting. It's pretty fun, and
yeah,
can't give too much detail on that. But
and it doesn't even come close to compensating you for the amount of time and effort, because you fly around the country, you go to the right spot, and then you go ahead, because you didn't do it. You're from Tampa Bay, right?
yeah.
And you flew where to do this?
They did not give me a call this year, which sometimes they don't. Sometimes they skip you. Sometimes they're just...
You're Bubble Boy.
Yeah, if you're a Bubble Boy like me. There's a few others that were in my situation as well, and a couple of them got passed. And some really great ninjas, people that other people are familiar with, but, there's other stories to tell, so they wanted to tell a new story. And I had to do the walk-on lottery, which is another new thing they changed this year. Before, there was a walk-on line.
Mm-hmm.
Usually people would camp out for like weeks at a time at these cities, waiting in line all day, and they would just sit there and camp, and then eventually everyone's like, okay, this is kind of terrible, let's just check in like twice a day in that city. But for people outside of that city, it was really hard. It's like, okay, I got to go to another state for like 3 weeks, I got to get 3 weeks off work, I got to sacrifice all this time away from my family and friends to go wait in line and check in twice a day. Like, it wasn't really fair for everyone. Like, if you were in the city, it wasn't a big deal, because you could just drive downtown, check in, and do whatever you got to do. But people outside of the city that it was in, it was hard. So this year, Ninja Warrior decided, okay, let's do a walk-on lottery system where you just put your name in the hat, and whoever gets called, and that's it.
And you got called.
It was much more fair this year, in my opinion.
Okay.
My only thing, there's no perfect system, and there's a huge thread of ninjas debating different ways to go about it.
Yeah.
I personally I think if you applied for the show and you can do 15 pull-ups, just a quick 15 pull-up test right then and there, and then you put your name in the hat, I think that is as fair as it can get. But it's not up to me. So, but yeah, I went to Tacoma, Washington. I was number 7 in the walk-on lottery, and then I ended up getting to compete that night. So it worked out for me, and thankfully they had that new system. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do it, and I wouldn't have got my 8th season. So, but my whole thing with that is, you never give up. I know it's cliche to say, but you really can't. And if there's something you want, you got to go out and get it, and you just got to make it happen. So.
And you not only went out and got it, you went out and got it how many times? 8 times now?
I've been on American Ninja Warrior 8 times. So yeah, my very first year I was actually walk-on, but back then it was literally like day of. You could just jump in line and that was it. But
yeah,
then I got calls after that. So
yeah,
I was very thankful for that and all the opportunities that I have had. So
yeah,
it's been a good experience.
Well, now people are probably wondering, okay, so you're talking about this walk-on thing and this lottery thing that's going on, but there's a whole bunch of preparation that you need to go. People know that you need to build your body up, your stamina, you need to practice, you need to talk to other ninjas. It's an acquired thing, and you need to stay on top of your game. But there's one thing that separates you from everybody else, and that's some of your videos that you've been doing, man. When you do a submission video, you're not messing around. You're like, look at me, look at me. Now, we talked videos a few minutes ago. We talked about the fact that you love video games, you named your daughter. So I do have a few clips of some of your past submissions, so I'm going to play a few clips of them, okay?
Yeah.
So here is your first. Now, this is a few years ago. Now, We didn't know Sonic the Hedgehog was going to be so popular, but I think you had a hunch. So this is Reko Sonic Rivera going through his
and is trained
paces.
in the ancient art of parkour. When he runs the warped wall, he never stops.
So this is all video
Gravity
games.
tried to defy
It's
him
pretty
once.
funny.
Got like
Get
video
lost.
game kind of 80s. And I
He
was
does
like
the
a most
cliffhanger
interesting
on
ninja
actual cliffs
angle.
while watching movies
Super
about
over the top,
cliffhanging.
super ridiculous. I just wanted
His
to be like
prowess
most
is
ridiculous thing.
unparalleled.
Now this
He
year
is
you went a
the
different
most
route,
interesting
kind
ninja
of.
in the
You
world.
took this sort of like a
Reko
person
Rivera.
inside of a video
Ninja fight
game, and you
sequence,
said,
go!
okay, we can do even better now. This is what we're gonna do. And I'm hitting play. There we go. So you
Yeah,
want?
so
you want-
basically every year I want to create, because I'm an entertainer, so I like to create entertainment and I like to be very creative and I like to just produce these ideas that kind of come to me, and so I like to change it up every year and give them, something that's different from everybody else. So I have very talented friends in the entertainment industry on both sides of the camera, and we come up with really cool ideas to create. This one was really fun to do. Had a bond with Artex Entertainment, helped me create a video game version of me. I was like, hey, can you make me a video game character? And he's like, yeah, no problem. And he's got a team of really talented artists that just drew me up in like no time.
Yeah. Well, they did a really good job, and it looked fun. You went from like a Tron sort of a human being going to the video game into a real character. So it came out pretty good too. They got the hair, they got the outfit down, and so it's a lot of work just to. So you have to make these videos to get on. And do you think those videos made a difference in catching someone's attention? Because I saw you on fire in one. So in the past, and I've even seen you. This man has done dressed up as a T-Rex. You know this blow up T-Rex. He did an entire course. Where was that? Was that in Japan?
Well, I did it on the show originally. Well, I did it training originally. That video went viral, and then I approached the show and was like, "Hey, we should do it on the real thing. I think it'd be really funny." And they're like, "Okay, cool." And then we worked together and made this basically viral video just happen, and they did it on the real course in Atlanta. And then, I ended up taking it over to Sasuke Vietnam, which is Ninja Warrior in Vietnam, and they let me wear it over there too, just for fun. And I completed the whole stage 1 in it legitimately.
And I think I got a video of that too. Let me see if I can play that. Give me a second. I'm doing this on the fly, so I'm hoping this is.
The floating steps.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me in Atlanta. That was the first time I did it on the show.
Okay.
That's at like 4:30 in the morning after city finals. I already ran. I actually forgot I was doing it, and then they're like, "Oh, Reko, go get your suit and go to the starting line." And I was like, "Oh crap, I didn't warm up at all."
Yeah.
So doing that completely cold, and I can barely see anything. I can't breathe.
Yeah.
So doing the ninja course by itself is already really hard, but then you put on a blow-up suit where you can't even breathe, and you can't see anything. It makes it like 10 times harder. But I don't know, it was funny. It's like, how did I even get to this spot? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, how did I end up here in my life? Like, I'm on this national TV show in this blow-up T-Rex suit just doing obstacles, and it's freaking hilarious. So I don't know. I just like to put on a show, and I like to have fun. And I thought that would be really funny, and I just wanted to share it with everyone. So,
Well, word on the street is that you did better with the T-Rex on than without it. So maybe the little arms helped.
well, I actually that year, no, I did better that year. But on Sasuke Vietnam, I almost beat myself in the T-Rex suit. We got out on the same rung on stage 2 on the same ladder, and I was doing that completely blind. So anytime my arms go up, the little screen in front of me goes up, and I can't see anything. So I thought that was pretty funny. But
Now, I saw a photo. We do have a photo of you standing at the beginning of the course. Tell me, when you're standing in front of this course and you've worked an entire year and you call yourself a ninja and you go to all these ninja academy and everyone's giving you these well wishes and you're finally standing there with all the time and money and waiting and everything, what's going through your mind at that point in time? How do you get it together?
Well, to me, it's just like being on another stage, and as a performer, I feel really comfortable, you know, on stage in front of people. They actually like kind of motivate me to even do better. So I mean, I personally love it. There is a lot of pressure right before that, kind of like when you're backstage. Even in you know, regular performance, when I'm backstage, I'm real nervous. But as soon as I step on the stage, it's like all that nervousness goes out the window, and it's just like time to focus, time to do what you know you can do and what you've been training for, and then you just go do it. So I love it. I don't know. It gets to a lot of people, though, because it's very mental. So if you're not used to that, or being in front of a bunch of people, or having all those cameras and lights all on you at the same time,
Yeah.
It can be very nerve-wracking and mess you up physically. So even if you're really good, it can get you.
So when I went to Facebook and I'm like, who is this man? How does he describe himself? And you put it in a great order here: father, actor, entertainer, videographer, photographer, DJ, 8-time American Ninja Warrior. Okay, and so you have a real job, don't you? You do things besides Ninja Warrior. I think you played a certain comic person with. Who did you play on Universal Studios or something like that?
Well, I'm really good friends with Spider-Man. But...
Oh, okay. Okay. So your ninja moves you might help Spider-Man out with his ninja moves.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, whenever anybody asks me like, "What do you do for work?" It's like, okay, well, I do this, but that's just because I don't like working like a 9-to-5 job. I feel like that's just not for me. That's not who I am. And I like to have fun every day, and I like to enjoy what I do, and I got to mix it up. So, you know, I've basically been a mobile DJ for the last like 13 years. That's my own company. So
what is it called?
A mobile DJ. So I do like weddings, corporate events, private parties, all kinds of stuff like that. That's my main source of income. And then on top of that, I'll do like videography, photography, fire breathing, fire spinning for, you know, private performances. And then, like you said, I work part-time at Universal Studios. I did a couple of stunt shows there. They both closed down since. But yeah, I've done a few, you know, little stunt work here for some TV shows and commercials and things. So as long as I'm performing, you know, I'm happy. And anything physical with like parkour or agility or ninja skills, you know, I love doing that. So yeah, always just looking for a new adventure.
Sunshine Weddings, is that one of your?
Yeah, my video company is sunshineweddingsfl.com. So
there you
Sunshine Productions. And that's mainly with wedding videography. But I do other videography stuff when it comes to like creative projects or even shooting other ninjas submission videos this year. I shot two other ninja submission videos, and it's really cool to help them like come up with their angle and who they are and really make them shine. And there's always a story to tell with everybody. So sometimes it's good. You just need an outside perspective to help come up with that angle.
Well, it sounds like you are the Renaissance ninja. I mean, you've pretty much done everything, but not once, but so many times over. So, you know, we do look forward to seeing you. It is my sport of choice. One reason why it's my sport of choice is because they have women involved in it, okay? They don't even have bowling leagues where they have women against men, okay? They don't have ping pong. But American Ninja Warrior, the hardest obstacle course in the entire world, bar none, has women competing on the same level of intensity, on the same playing field. So can you talk to that for a second? And you know, is that something that you want your daughter to have those values instilled, I would assume?
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's a little ninja already. And anytime she sees a curb, she goes up on it and tries to balance on it, walk on it. I've been teaching her that since like before she could walk. I would just hold her up and move her along on the thing, and she loved it. So she's good. She's 2.5, so she's almost there, getting ready for classes and stuff, gymnastics. I want her to be fighting, like jujitsu, all kind of. She's gonna be very well rounded. But yeah, with the girls on Ninja Warrior, I love it too. I think the co-ed thing is awesome, and I love seeing the women push themselves. And there are some women that are stronger than the guys.
Yeah.
A lot of guys. Especially like Jessie Graff and Megan Martin, Michelle Warnke, Jessie Labreck, like all those top ninja girls. They are freaking strong, super strong.
Oh God, yeah. I saw Jesse run the course in Miami one time, and it was amazing. But they make it look easy, and she herself happens to be a stunt woman, so
Yeah.
she gets to practice it on a regular basis. I think you met somebody not too long ago, Christina Gambino.
Yep, Christina Gambino from Delray Beach. She owns Jump Twist Ninja Academy. She just opened up, and she's super cool. And she's been on, I think, 3 times.
Yeah, and she just opened up, and I think you were down there too. You were checking the place out, and it's you go there, you give people advice on how they should run it, or what you've seen, or do you guys have your little? I mean, I know about the Wolfpack, but and are you part of the Wolfpack, or is that how does that work?
Yeah, so with Jump Twist, I went down there. I had some work in Miami. With my work, I'm all over the place. I get to travel and stuff, and it's really fun. Again, that's another thing that I love being able to do. So I get to go to these other ninja gyms and hang out with, some of my friends that I see on the show, and I get to see them in between the show. And yeah, if there's people there that are kind of new to it and they want to learn, and I love teaching and coaching people that are very interested in becoming the best they can be. So I love teaching people, parkour, agility, grip strength, giving them advice on different ways to be better at Ninja Warrior, or just anything that they need to work on when it comes to any kind of weakness. And I feel like you can always learn from anybody, and you can learn from multiple people different things whenever you're around traveling. So I love talking to everyone and trying to learn. So yeah, with Wolfpack though, Wolfpack Ninja Tour, we've done a few big shows, a couple small shows, and it's a really loud bird.
It is pretty cool though.
Yeah, I'm out in Austin right now. I was DJing a grand opening of Move Sport Academy in Austin, and
what is it called?
Move Sport Ninja Academy, and one of the fellow ninjas, Andy Lowe's, I think he's an 8-time Ninja Warrior as well. He owns the place, so these birds are fighting over here. But anyways, all right, so that place is really cool. Check it out. And
there it is at movesportaustin.com if you want to check out where you are, and you're doing some DJing, and you're helping them out with the entertainment, and I'm sure everything else over there too. So that must be really cool for them.
T-Rex made a little appearance too, so that was kind of
oh wow, that's cool.
But yeah, with Wolfpack, so we did really big arena style, like ninja. It's a ninja competition, but it's also like a ninja get together for kids. So there's like camps and what's the word? Like when they come in a group, like classes, basically, just classes ninjas from the show, so they can come meet and greet with us, hang out with us, learn from us, and then they get to compete too on their own course, and then. The second day, the finals of when we go against each other, they get to see us race with each other, and it's super high energy, super fast paced, really fun to watch. Highly recommend checking it out. Whenever we have our next event, it'll be posted, and I think it's ninjatour.com is the official website for that. But yeah, I'm one of the pro ninjas. There's 30 of us on the team, and we all just love being part of it, and it's a great way for the public to come out and meet their favorite ninjas. So
is that considered Ninja Warrior Junior?
It is not. Ninja Warrior Junior is their own TV show, and that's produced by Universal and NBC. And that's all the kids. But those kids are freaking beasts too. Their strength to weight ratio is off the charts. They don't get tired.
Yeah.
They just go, and some of them have been training just as long as we have.
Yeah.
And, you could tell.
Well,
So,
they're feeding them protein bars and pixie sticks. So what do you want? Okay.
definitely check that. That one's super exciting to watch too because it's race format
Uh-huh.
and it's a tournament, and those kids will blow your mind for sure.
Yeah, a lot more than I have ever been able to do. The best I can do is climb the rope in gym class. Okay. I mean,
That's good.
well, that was something way back when. Well, I appreciate you being on the show. We look forward to the new season and watching you compete in the coming up. When is your show going to be broadcast so they know when to look for you?
I think it's 4 weeks in, so probably about a month.
What city is that?
That's Tacoma, Washington.
Tacoma. I got the list here. Let's see, 2019. Oh, to be announced. I don't think they've got the date yet, but that is going to be on. But that about 4 weeks in. Okay, cool. We'll be looking for you, Rico, and I appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you very much. Y'all say goodbye to Rico. We're going to be taking off here.
All right, have a good one, guys, and tune in to Tacoma, Washington, because I have an awesome special entrance just for you. So let me know.
Okay, cool. And I can't wait for the very beginning where you hear dun 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 dun. I mean, that's what everybody. I bet the alarm clocks for the Ninja Warriors would be that, huh? You'd think?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then of course you've got Matt Eisman saying, "America Ninja Warrior." No one does it better than that. And my wife had to help me with Akbar's name because I can never get it right. So let me see if I can get it right. Akbar Gabajabi Amila.
Something like that. I don't know.
Gabajabi Amila.
Gabajabi Amila.
I think I did it. There you go. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on. And this concludes this episode of PlanetScott.TV. Be watching Planet Scott because I'm going to be doing some live coverage from the Florida SuperCon on the July 4th weekend. So that's also sponsored by my friends over at Arcade Odyssey. Let me see if I can... Oops. Arcade Odyssey, which is right there. And I thank you very much. We'll see you next time on Planet Scott TV.